Hello, what's going on, YouTube fam? This is your boy J Money here, bringing you guys episode 2, or our next installment of, what do they call it? They call it, or what am I calling it? Oh yeah, I'm calling it, subscriber duels. That's what it is. This one is featuring X-Sabers. Now, the guy wanted me to do something well with it, so, quick rough draft here. I'll end up showing you what the deck originally was, and then I will go ahead and I'll do it after this duel. I'll end up doing it after this duel, and I'll show you guys what the deck previously was. Well, actually no, I'll do all that at the end. I'll show you what it previously was, and then I'll end up showing you what I started playing, and then you'll notice the build changes really quickly. So, as you can see, I'm playing X-Sabers, and I was playing a very, very small gouki engine again. There was a Predaplan engine in here because one of my subscribers was originally playing the Predaplan engine and all that good stuff. But I realized just how many garnets I was drawing. Case in point right here, I'm drawing a hat tricker. See, I can't just play one light target, and make Brilliant Fusion dead. You gotta play Trick Clown, Damage Juggler, and Hat Tricker and all that good stuff. So, oh yeah, most of these duels end pretty quick, so that's why I ended up doing what I did. Let's go ahead and go on to the next one, to Mr. Panda. I think I ended up losing this one. I think this is the last duel before I decided to change up the build some more, and I guess I let that be that. So with this being said, yeah, we go Predaplan engine. We make our Cobra. We make our Invoker. We grab our Bogart Knight with 10 key. We detach for Invoker and summon Super X. We go into our Zold. We search our rematch, and most of the time we want to summon Headbat over Octastretch because of our lack of Trigate Wizard in the deck. We can X-Link, but we often will choose not to. So as you can see, I got the Brilliant Fusion off. I got Mrs. Radiant. I summoned Hat Tricker. We go into Phoenix. We go Firewall. We still have the combo. We go ahead and grab the Phoenix Sword, and we're going to start extra linking our opponent. Now from here, we discard Goblin. We summon Octastretch, and we go Firewall. We grab that. We got Rakigura because Rakigura is pretty stupid. I go normal, and yeah, that's what happens there. So here, the Kaiju package with the field spell, the 3 Kaijus were in my side deck, along with these Gotham second calls, which was in the guy's main deck, and it's all good, but it's like if you can't make that synchro opening hand, it's a dead card, and all that good stuff. So as you can see here, I didn't really have much. So game 3, I activate Tinky, I get the Bogart Knight, and I summon, and I go Hat Tricker, I make Mrs. Radiant, I pass. And I think here I end up losing connection somewhere. I know for a fact this game I ended up losing connection out of nowhere, because he failed to OTK me because I had Damage Juggler in hand when he went BLS, tried to swing over my Bogart Knight. And so I was living by like 1400, and so I'm like, okay, next draw can make or break it. I could either win or I could lose. But, on May phase 2, I ended up losing connection over here. So, that kind of sucks, but, it's whatever. So on this one, I think this is another quickie. As we can see, I like Goukis with X-Sabers. I like the synergy there. So, I think this might have been the last game, because I drew Garnet, and it really, really sucked. Let me go and fast forward that. I always forget that. So he's also playing BA, and so I'm like, okay, that's fine. And he makes, he's played like 2 turns, and I didn't see him put Seer in the graveyard after that first time, so I couldn't hit it with Call by the Grave. So that really, really sucked. And so, I just gave him that game, and I was like, okay, we got game 2. Just so he doesn't see what I'm playing. Because that's always a good advantage. It's always an advantage for your opponent not to see what you're playing. See, at this point, you know, I go Rescue Cat into an X-Saber, and these two, I summon Faltral. I go Gouki. I search Rematch. I don't search off of his Zol because the only monsters you have are just the very small Gouki package and the Faltrals, and you don't want to search Faltral. So I summon another Faltral from the deck with Summon Sort, and I go Firewall, and I go add the Phoenix Sword, and I start doing my combo. So he ogres my Firewall, so I chain Firewall and put it back in the extra deck, and I'm looping the Faltrals, and I just go back into another Firewall. Just like that, I make Gotems, and I summon Predaplant Scorpio, and at that point he scoops. I go Goblin, I go Firewall, bounce the, get double Faltral in hand. I don't even go for Ibly, I'm just going for hand loop. I make Borload, I Gotems 3 times here, 4 times here, grab Ragigura on the end phase after I hit his entire hand. So at this point, it's just like, okay, now I have a full combo. I can easily fill up my board again and OTK him at that point. So let's see. Here I lose. I think this is when I finally decided to change the build. No. This is the last one where I was playing the Predaplant package, because this is the one where, yeah, right here I open Super X, go Headbat. You know, he lets all that go. So I make a Zold, and I make Summon Sort, and I rematch, and I go Mrs. Radiant and Link, and so I can go into a yeah, that's why. So I can make my Faltral play live. He's playing Yosenju's, and so he makes Lightning. So I'm like, okay, that's great. I should have made Boral Sword, but if I did, he would have just come and won it and just bounced it, and I probably would have got OTK'd. So. And right here, he decides to set a card and activate Necro Valley. So I'm like, okay, we still got the Faltral play, whatever, we can make Phoenix. And he strikes the Phoenix. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine, next game. And then he just scoops out of nowhere. So I'm like, yeah. But, you know, I guess it didn't matter anyway, because I drew Garnet and I drew Ibly. I drew Ibly both of those games in a row, which is pretty insane that I managed to do so. We're gonna go ahead, and this is finally where the build changed. I threw in a copy of Foolish Burial. I threw in a 1-for-1. I threw in 3 Grand Soils and all that goodness. And I threw in a War Legacy Succession for extra recurrence. And you know, we're gonna see what happens here. We get the second Ragigura to hand, because we always want to loop those when it comes to Link combos. So he scoops right on the summon of 2, and I go Invoker. I summoned Invoker with X-Saber, Arabellum, and Dark Soul. Make Summon Sort rematched. Summon Sort for Faltral. You know, we're still playing out the combo just to see what we can do. So, what's going on here? Oh yeah, go for Ibly, and hold on. This thing's freezing up. There we go. Alright, there we go. So I make Goblin, and then I go Firewall Special, the Faltral that I grabbed with Ragigura. Now let's start fast forwarding. We link all these into Boral Sword. And then we go ahead and sink into Gotems. We start looping Ragigura. We looped all 5 cards out of our opponent's hand. As we can see, you can see the counters on the Gotems. And there we go. We got Phoenix, we got Link Karibo, and we summon Ragigura. And we use Firewall to bounce 2 fault rolls. Oh, no. I grabbed a fault roll with Ragigura and then in-face Dark Souled. That's what it was. So even though he's not completely extra link, because Boral Sword has an arrow pointing there, he has no hand. And even if he magically draws the board wipe, I have Monster Reborn and double fault roll. So, you know, either way he's losing. So that being said, let's go ahead and let's see. This guy? No, this is the same one. Yeah, this is the same one. Alright, now we go into this. So I misplayed on this one like 4 or 5 times. I misplayed so many times in this game, I had to immediately scoop game 1 because it was that bad. Like, I had game looking at this, so I obviously start off with the junk forward, and I go Rescue Cat, Dark Soul Airbellum, of course, because you want the Airbellum tuner somewhere in circulation for when it's time to summon Gotems. Like, you're automatically going to have the Gotems if you resolve Rescue Cat, because you're summon Sorking into a false roll, and you're Rescue Catting into an Airbellum, so you're going to have the combo. You're going to have the Gotems at least. At that point, you need either a second false roll or a second Ragigura somewhere. That's what the 1-for-1 is for. That's why we got Tinky in here and all that good stuff. So I go Phoenix Blade. You know, in the middle of this combo, I'm actually forgetting to use Phoenix Blade. And I have Grand Soul just sitting in hand, too. You know, so Grand Soul really gets in there because with the Phoenix Blade, you can really regulate your graveyard. So, you know, as you can see, I misplayed so many times to where it wasn't even funny. I played on the wrong side with Summon Sort and all that good stuff, you know. It really blows, but, you know, I decided to recover from this. So, I make Mrs. Radiant, I search Headbat. You know, let me go and play this. There we go. There we go. You see that beautiful stuff right there? Now we go high only, we pop this back row. He just deserts. I know, guys, we're playing against a bad deck, but it's fine. So he starts to set cards, and at this point I go Summon Sork again to put another Falter on the board. I make Phoenix, I Soul Charge. And at this point I go Mermaid, I discard the Call by the Grave, summon the Ibly, and I send the Dark Soul to the grave just so I can get a search at the end phase with Dark Soul. And I Firewall and bounce 2 Earths so I can, because I had too many targets, so I couldn't summon Grand Soul, so I went ahead and did just that. And I went Boral Sword and Borreload and summoned Gotems, and I finally rematched after all that. Link Karibo, I go Cerberus, and I summon Ragigura, grab the Faltrol, knock a card out of hand, Borreload. That one, it doesn't matter, it was Duskwalla. So he goes Hinatama, and I go, okay, Effect Steel. And I go Gotems, and I try to go Boral Sword and all that other good stuff. Duel was over, couldn't do anything. Alright, so here, I think my guy quits after game 1. Because, yeah, I basically auto-won. I hand looped him, and I was about to go for extra link after hand looping him, but you know, it's fine. It's okay. It's alright. Alright. So while this is going on, I want to go ahead and remind you guys that now I have over 900 and something subscribers. It's pretty cool, but we still want to try and get to 1,000 before August 24th, so I can give away 2 free Megatins, a Jane Tin and a Yusei Tin. Be sure you guys are subscribed to the channel and comment Megatins if you want to win a chance to win one of those tins. I can't give a tin out to everybody. That's entirely too much money. I got about like 40 entries. So 40 entries and, you know, 1 tin a piece, you know, people, you got a 1 in 20 shot. I'd say that's pretty good odds. So anyway, on with the duel. We're hand looping and we're going in on our opponent. We're just looping Faltrol, Ragigura, grab Faltrol, just hand loop. And then after all this, we're going to decide to start extra linking after we hand loop. Because looping Faltrols is pretty good. So, at this point, he scoops it up. And we go to the next game. But, he left. Alright. Oops. Don't want to do that. Alright, 6 minutes later. Alright, here we go. Now, this is a bit of a slow one. You know, this guy has like, yeah, over 8,000, you know, XP, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Now, when I opened this hand, I thought I was done. I'm like, oh my god, my opponent's gonna OTK the shit out of me and it's over. But I figure out he's playing pure Fire Fist. So he goes off a little bit, you know, he gets his Tinky, and he goes Rooster with his Horse Prince. He activates Tinky, grabs Bear, whatever. He goes Battle Phase. It's Dark Soul. Now here I was thinking, if I search Faltrol, I can have it if I get Bulgar Knight, but I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get Bulgar Knight and see what happens. And I drew the those Legacy Succession, and luckily Dark Soul is the exact same type as Mrs. Radiant, otherwise I would not have been able to make the summons work. And his Rooster's a Beast Warrior, so I went and summoned the Ragigura and linked that into a Link Rebo, and then that gave me just enough Earth targets to drop the Grand Soil and start popping off. So that was a smart play on my part. So at this point, he's bored, so he's gonna end up leaving, but it doesn't matter because I'm in it to win it. So he scoops, and we keep going because we're just an asshole like that. We're flexing, we're finessing, and well, you know, we go Cerberus, and we blew up his Rooster already. So, and now we go Boral Sword and drop that shit down. Switch Ragigura to attack directly. You know, duel is over. All right. So, okay, there's no point in showing you that one because my opponent quits like immediately. He sets one monster, or no, he sets one monster and passes, and I go activate Tinky, he scoops. So, oop. My bad, guys. You know what? Hold on. Let me go ahead and show you guys what the deck looks like real quick. What it previously looked like. Oh, get off my shit. Okay, there we go. Alright. There we go. Alright, so this is what the deck originally looked like. It originally had the Predaplant engine, like very small. It had one Cobra, but 3 Lone Fires for extra consistency, which is pretty good. Had the one Trick Clown. It had the Air's Rock Sunrises and all that good stuff, which I like it, but it only summons beast monsters, and the only beasts in your deck are Air Bellum and Dark Soul. And unfortunately, Dark Soul cannot stack. I wish it did, but you know, that's unfortunate. And then he had 3 Brilliant Fusions. I don't know why he plays such a an extended Predaplant package, but playing one or more than one Brilliant Fusion. It's pretty odd, but you know, it's okay. He's got the Regeki, he's got Soul Charge, he's got the Upstart, and all that. And he's pretty good. But I decided, you know, I don't want less bricks and all that good stuff. So now I'm going to show you guys what exactly the deck was looking like. And, you know, for anyone else who's a subscriber, please feel free to, you know, drop a deck list down in the comments below, and I'll see what I can do regarding working on it and all that goodness. So, you know, anyway, so yeah, what we added the Grand Soils, 3 of them, because if we open one, we're probably gonna get it because we're likely having combo. Now, the one thing I do miss about the Predaplant engine is the fact that I was getting instant, yeah, fuck you. I was getting instant invokers, and that's why we play the junk forwards. Because Air Bellum is level 3, Dark Soul's level 3. If you get that Rescue Cat, you definitely have a pretty big combo because you can keep the junk forward on the field while you're doing your insanely small Gouki package shenanigans. And go into your summon Sork and leave the junk forward at one of Sork's zones and summon out your Fall Trolls. You want to start summoning out your Fall Trolls ASAP because Fall Troll is what allows you for extreme amounts of extension. We added Call by the Graves as well. And so, what our extremely small Gouki package consists of is 1 Headbat, 1 Octastretch, 1 Suprex, 1 Rematch, and that's really it. But we do need equip spells if we're doing this, so we play 1 Divine Sword and 1 Living Fossil. I've opened Living Fossil a few times, never once played it, always discarded it. It's okay. And we have the deck at 42 because we don't want to open Suprex. We don't want to open Suprex because we want to summon it out of the deck with Invoker. And we don't want to draw into Ibly either. So, I don't know. I like these ratios. You know, getting a lot of times you will end up tin-keying, activating tin-key and searching Ragged Gura over Bogart Knight. If you have a way to get to Faltrol. If you summon Stork into a Faltrol, you're definitely getting this. If you're able to do it, you go for Ragged Gura. Sometimes I'll end up saving the Tinky just in case the combo gets disrupted a little bit, but you know, there's that. Now for the side deck, we got the Kaiju package. We got the 3 Kaijus and the 2 Waterfronts in case you want to enforce your ability to go first. We got mind controls because we're playing Lynx. And we still got the Golem second calls on the sideboard. 2 ARS Rock Sunrise on the sideboard as well. And the Twin Twisters for the back row. Now, what has changed in the extra deck, let's see, we got a Boral Load and a Boral Sword. Yeah, both of these are pretty damn good for going second. You know, it's because of these that I'm able to just break boards and OTK. We played 2 Phoenix. One because it's cheaper on the pockets. I don't know if the subscriber that sent the deck list has any sort of budget, but you know, if so, then 2 Phoenix. I mean, it's preferred to play 2 Goblins because somebody could easily just call by the grave a Phoenix out of the grave after your turn is done and turn off the Phoenix itself and start attacking over all your cards and break the extra link. We have the Mrs. Radiant in here because we are playing Beast Monsters and we're not going to always be able to make our Invoker or auto-make the Inzold. So, as you saw in a couple of those examples, sometimes I'll just Rescue Cat into this, and let's say I have a Reborn card or something like that. I can re-summon a Beast, and I can make Summon Sork that way. Get a Dark Soul, and all that good stuff, and you're still good to go. Now, as some of you notice, there is no Tri-Gate Wizard in here. And quite frankly, you don't need it because you got this guy. You got Gothams. Generally, if you're going that far, you're able to hand loop your opponent for quite a few cards. Like, you can full hand loop if you have access to 2 Faltrolls and a Ragged Gura, or 2 Ragged Guras and a Faltroll. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, I think that's just about it. As for the subscriber that sent me this list, let me know what your thoughts are regarding the changes. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Are some of these changes within your budget? Like, I know the Grand Seals got reprinted, so that's nothing. I think the only cards that I added in that at first wasn't in there, let's see. Alright, let's see. Yeah, Firewall is definitely in there. Scope Boral Sword is in there. Boral Load and Summon Stork seem to be the only cards. Now, wow, he did have double Mrs. Radiant in here. And he had Trigon and he had Skull Dread. Wow, okay. Looks like I wasn't paying too much attention to his extra deck. But it turns out this worked just fine. So let me know what you think, man. And as for any other subscriber, send me a list of yours and I'll, you know, spend quite a bit of time trying to work on it. See what I come up with. So thank you guys very much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.